What's going on? This is Insomniac, and today I'm going to be sharing you guys one of my favorite builds in New World right now. So this is the Great Axe Hatchet build, and I feel like this build is super solid. It's a very common one, but it's not the only option I see people playing. I also see a lot of Rapier Lifestaff or Rapier Ice Gauntlet. I also see just various mage combos as well, and as well, Warhammer is another really solid choice. But the thing I like about the Hatchet Great Axe combo is that it really has the main things I'm looking for in my playstyle, which is it has a lot of damage. It's one of the bigger damage dealing builds. And I think that it also has a lot of movement, which is really critical for PvP. Being able to position yourself either for offensive or defensive purposes is absolutely essential in all kinds of PvP. Um, then the other thing that this build has that is so cool is it has a ton of healing. So the build that I'm using, just to take a look at it real quick, this hatchet, I'm just basically going 100% this berserker tree. So the main healing that we get here is for berserk. We get it from berserking refresh. It gains portion of your health back up to 30%, which is huge, and this cooldown is only 18 seconds. So if you have a good life pool, this sustains you very well. Then also, this is not healing, but defy death every 75 seconds, making you immortal for 3 seconds, is really huge as well. And other things like Desperate Refresh, I think this is good, just getting cooldowns back when you're low on life, so it can feed into healing indirectly. But between these three moves, this gives you so much sustain. The one thing about Defy Death, you have to have the hatchet out in order to benefit from that. If you've got your other weapon, you're not going to get the Defy Death effect. And also, if you have Berserk up and then you switch weapons, you're going to lose the Berserking healing. So, way to use this build is you have to get the full effect out of the hatchet for berserking. Don't switch weapons for berserking unless you really need to like charge away or something. And yeah, try to get the full effect out of hatchet, then switch over to great axe, use your move set, decide where you want to stick in between cooldowns. Maybe just whatever you have out, you don't want to switch something else. But I think switching between weapons to use the cooldowns is great, unless you lose some of those buffs. So that said, the Great Axe abilities, I'm also just mainlining the Reaper build right now, but Reaper has some solid healing. So Feed gives you, when they're low on life, you heal yourself for 10%. It's kind of minimal, but it's a cool heal. But actually, Reap is a bigger heal. So Reap, when you upgrade it to Hunger, you get 30% of the damage back, and you can also do Fatal Attraction, which gives you a spin attack at the end of it, and both of these heal you. So that's actually a pretty big heal. Let's see if I can show it right here. So this is the 1, 2, right? And I think that this, in addition to Hatchet healing from Berserk, is really solid healing. Then Hatchet, we get, sometimes you get interrupted with that Raging Blows, but we get extra attacks from there. And if you get in the Hatchet build, while Berserk, your attacks are uninterruptible. You can't be staggered. That's a way to get around that. So it's really maximizing your damage while Berserking and then getting the full benefit. And then maybe like if there's a lot of opponents kiting around while your cooldowns come back, could be something that you would utilize in PvP, especially in this game. There's you take a lot of damage from players. This game's pretty brutal, so that's kind of the way I use this build. I might even kite a little bit while berserking. Berserking gives me extra damage, but if I need some ticks of life, I might just kite a little bit, maybe get 1 or 2 ticks, and then come back in. Also, I like to kind of zone people out, so I might kind of jump away with just my dash, charge in. I might jump away again, and then Raging Torrent back in. So Raging Torrent and Feral Rush. Sorry, Feral Rush back in. Raging Torrent is when I'm in, just getting those hits in. Try to use Feral Rush in between their attacks. If you can see, this guy's hitting me, and then when he's kind of on his his weapon swing cycle is on cooldown, trying to get some feral rush hits in because it's super fast. Maybe dash out and then charge back in. Another thing is you can upgrade one. Nope, only got one hit there. You can upgrade your charge. So in Great Axe, going down the main line here, Frenzied Momentum is super solid. You get big boosted damage based on distance. And then the other one is Unpredictable Strike, so you can right mouse button instead of just a regular automatic charge damage. And it does more, it does considerably more damage, but it's a little bit harder to time, whereas just with the default one, when you get to your target, it attacks him. But with the right mouse button one, let's see if I can show it here. So this will be the regular one. It kind of does this upwards uppercut thing, and it does pretty good damage. So if you're not sure if you'll be able to hit your shot, I missed that one. If you're not sure if you're able to hit your shot, then you might want to just use the regular charge. But the higher damaging attack, let's get on this guy here, is this swipe one, that one there. So it's just you have to time the right mouse button. It's going to give you some extra damage though. It costs a talent point, but I feel like the full spec for the Reaper build is pretty solid. So yep, this is my loadout. I really love this loadout. I think the healing is probably my favorite part, and managing zoning, super solid. The damage is really good as well, and I think the movement is critical for me. That's one of the reasons why I haven't been using the Warhammer as much, is just because even though the Warhammer is massive damage, and if you're going for the Crowd Crusher build, it has huge healing as well, it just doesn't have the movement. And I played the Warhammer build a lot, but I feel like the Great Axe, the movement that we get, I prefer it, even though it's a little different. I mean, if the Warhammer build had more movement, then that would probably be my top choice, because the AoE damage and stun is so fun. I really love a lot of the builds in this game are really cool. But yeah, right now this is my loadout. I'm loving it. I'm having a great time. Just kind of PvPing while I level up. I'm just kind of sitting here flagged, and then a lot of times people will gank me, and with all the healing I get, I think it surprises them. Just keep coming back, and they thought I was a goner, so just come back and wipe them out. It's pretty fun. Yeah, just thought I'd share this with you guys, and hope you found that useful. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.